Good morning. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thought I'd put those pictures up on the wall instead of putting them back in the album where they would not be seen for a while. How's everybody doing this morning? Doug White, and here in Alabama. Peace and love to everybody. Turn it that way a little bit. There's a brother. That's the old Jeep. I'm gonna put some more stuff up here later. Kind of give me a backdrop. But anyway, how's everybody doing this morning? Thought I'd get back and if in case there was somebody out there. this morning, I was thinking on this duck and cover thing back when we were kids. Duck and cover, that was the age of the atomic bomb, the nuclear threat. What's my thoughts on the nuclear? What's on the nuclear scare? Well, in my view, that's just another reason to go to war. Another reason somebody can destroy the whole country with the push of a button. Which I think the devil knows he cannot destroy the world like God can. He can destroy. In fact, he is. He's going to destroy the world. And Satan's jealous of that, so he comes up with this make-believe thing of destroying the world that way. He becomes destroyers of the world. You see that commercial? No, I don't believe that, brothers and sisters, anymore. I can remember when I was in school, my sister and I, and they had the Cuban crisis, and my sister and I were just let's see, excuse me. My sister and I were just terrified of it was a culture of fear, brothers and sisters, this nuclear threat. And so you come up thinking, well, this could be your last moment, you know. But I believe that's just another one of the fear triggers. It's been all these many years, and it hasn't happened. Not to say that they don't have these terrible different types of weapons, conventional weapons to kill one another with, and kill plenty of people with them. But what I'm saying is they can't destroy the world. And they're jealous of that. Satan's jealous of that because he wants to be able to destroy the world. He cannot do it. That's why I think it's this nuclear thing. Also, it's a reason to go to war, uh, and scare and bring fear, the fear culture, the fear culture. That's my view on the nuclear weapons. Don't believe it's possible to do that. On this poor boy's view down here in Alabama. Used to. Here's the way to think about it. All those, when they go back and look at some of these old pictures, they're not very sophisticated or deception as it used to be. They'd have a camera up there taking pictures of these events, and the trees and houses get blown away, but the camera's still there. It should have melted too. But anyway, just wanted to touch on that. The duck and cover culture that I came up with. I can remember my sister and I were just terrified when during the Cuban crisis, we said our goodbyes to one another. We were old enough to remember, the seriousness of the thing. But all the time, brothers and sisters, I believe it was this culture of fear that we're living in that most people are not even aware of, that is being perpetrated on American people, not just American people, people all over the world. Uh, just wanted to touch on that one this morning. let you know how I feel about that down here in Alabama. Let's see. What's the next subject? Oh, let's go to the sunspot video that mysteriously disappeared. Well, it didn't disappear. The I think they called it the dog cam sunspot video. It disappeared when I first started out several years back. It was right up there when at the top of the video, and it was said something like 100% proof the Earth is flat. Okay, I'm not going to tell anybody this video is real or not. That's not my job. I'm just saying it's something you could take into account. But here's one thing you can know. I had to wade through and dig and dig and dig and wade through rows and rows of of debunking videos that look just like it that have since then popped up. And I finally found this thing it's obscure, good thing. I almost gave up looking for it. And there it was. And I brought it up. Of course, they changed the title. They didn't put it, they put, it was just a very, they didn't have a title. The Flat Earth wasn't on the title anymore. It was just, a video. And it was about a 6-minute video. Anyway, I looked through the thing and I went to about 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 48 seconds in the video. Then it starts showing the sunspot on the top of the clouds. And you could tell the camera wasn't being aimed. It was just kind of floating around. So possibly that could be a true video. Might be a true video because they went through all this. Somebody went through a lot of trouble to make it where when somebody goes to look for that video, they won't find it. And you got to really dig and dig and dig to find it. That's enough for them. And then they can still say, well, it's there. It's still there. We didn't take it down. But I found it and I put it up on the top of my list. And if you run it up to about 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the video, let it play for a while, you'll see a very, very realistic. You'll see it doesn't really prove to me. It's not just for the flat Earth thing to show, to show the flat Earth. It shows the closeness of our sun within our atmosphere, how close the sun is in our atmosphere, and there's a sunspot on the top of the clouds. It is so close. It shows a sunspot. Very realistic looking video. Anyway, somebody went through a lot of trouble to make sure you didn't find it. So maybe you'll want to look at that up at the top of my playlist. I've learned this playlist this weekend. I'm going to try to learn how to do a little bit more about things. Some people, you can just mash the button on your video. They have those little things and the video, it'll come up. But I don't know how to do that. So you'll have to go over to my playlist. If you're watching this, you can just go to my playlist and you'll see the sunspot. Move that video to about 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and you'll see a very dramatic view of a close sun and a sunspot on the top of our clouds within the firmament dome, I believe. But that's all I had to say this morning. Kinda all I had to say. I hope everybody goes and looks at that because it's very interesting about our, how God has designed our earth and his creation. Very interesting. Here in my old age, didn't ever know you'd ever be able to do something like this. Talk to people all across the pond over there and down there in Australia, the English-speaking people of the earth. Anyway, let's see. Oh, there's another little thing I'll talk about here while I'm explaining things. This shoe trigger. I don't have a video up on it, but I didn't put this on playlist, but because I couldn't find one that was that I thought was simple enough. They put but anyway, the shoe trigger. a lot of people don't realize it in our news that they put these triggers that would trigger when somebody sees it. It triggers fear, and the little kids, there might be an accident or a shooting or a bombing or some kind of something on the news, and they'll lay shoes out there with blood all around them and stuff like that. That's called the shoe trigger. I saw a video of that, and as soon as I went home, I said, yeah. As soon as I got through with this video, watching it, I said, you know what? I noticed shoes and stuff in the news. I've noticed that before. What are they laying out on the street like that? And you just think, well, they got knocked out of their shoes. The car hit them. They got knocked out of their shoes. Or they got shot and got shot out of their shoes. Got blowed up. They got blowed up out of their shoes. But I think it's a trigger to trigger fear in the minds of the masses. But as soon as I got through watching this video about the shoe trigger, I went home. I was coming home from my work down in the country, keeping babies. Turned on the news like I do sometimes just to keep up with the psyops. There was a video of somebody being shot down on 33rd Street somewhere in one of these cities around here. And and there was a shoe laying out there on the street in the video. A shoe laying, like he got shot out of his shoes. So that's just another heads up for you. People the people that realize that the news is for the most part fake. I say for the most part because there is some truth. If it fits the narrative, it'll be in the news. That's something that actually happens. But if it's something that's but all the news is made to control the masses, control how the masses of people think. And it's a pity and a shame because when I was a boy, they'd actually have, it'd become something like, well, in the news you'd see something, well, so-and-so the town buys a road grader, or we bought a new road scraper or something like that. It'd be news like that. But now it's blood and guts most of the time, and bringing fear to the masses. And but I've noticed they always have a program for something, Like, we got this program for this. We got a program to fix this. That's going to fix it, But brothers and sisters, don't want to leave you with all this doom and gloom. Just wanted a heads up so you know what kind of world we're living in. It's a present evil world. We're living in this present evil world, like the Bible says. But what they don't want you to know, the dark side does not want you to know, is how great God's love is for this great multitude of people that he's chosen before the foundation of the world. And his son Jesus Christ came to this earth and died for those people. On the third day he arose and ascended into heaven. And someday, that last time that sun is going to make its circuit around this flat plane, and it's going to be all over, and that'll be the very last day, and the former things will have passed away. But anyway, I'll end this little video up, and I'll say peace and love from this boy down here in Alabama.